And we're back, guys. Welcome to Tennis in a Minute. I'm your host, Good Energy, Camila Giorgi. Now, look, I've been saying for a very long time, she plays one way, 100 miles per hour, doesn't make any adjustments, all-out assault with the forehand. The announcer brought up a good point. She said, as a former player, I've been watching Giorgi play the last 10 to 12 years, over a decade, and she hasn't changed anything about her game. She plays the same game every time out. Isn't that what I've been saying? Unbelievable. But listen. Look, I've played on a lot of teams, and I'll be honest with you guys. A lot of times you have teammates and, there's players, they're just comfortable where they're at. They're okay with being where they are. Not everyone wants to be the best. Not everyone wants to win championships. Some people, I would imagine everyone would want to win a championship, but some people are just comfortable with the results being mediocre, being average. And not that Camila Giorgi's average, but a lot of her game style is because her camp and her team, her father's been around since the beginning. And a lot of times, if you want to break from under that mold, you have to go out and hire different coaches and trainers. And we've seen that a lot with a lot of the star players. They've had relationships end with their long childhood coaches, especially with Sloane Stephens. He didn't come back into her camp until she made the WTA finals and she blew a set lead over Svetlana. That was rough to watch. We saw Naomi Osaka. She had issues with her father. He's back in her camp. Now she's pregnant. What the freak? Look, for a lot of these tennis players, once they, start dating and they meet their boyfriends and future husbands, a lot of times their game kind of struggles through that phase because they're doing other stuff. Kind of like a Danielle Collins. Look, she's in Sloane Stephens. They're married now, or Danielle's not, but Sloane's married now. She's doing married stuff. And you kind of see that a lot with the players once they get into other things. Sophia Kenin, right? That happened. There was rumors she was pregnant. Not really, though. But for her game to really change, she's going to have to leave her camp that she's been with so long. That's really what's going to happen. And then at this point of her career, what is she going to do? They say you can't change a player's game in the ninth inning. At this point, she's 30 now. What is she really going to do? It's like, especially you see this a lot. I think one of the few sports where you can get away with this is maybe basketball. But boxing, it's tough, because a lot of time with these sports like boxing, you resort to your averages and your tendencies and your habits. So to completely change a decade plus of rhythm, repetition, and habits, it's very tough. With that said, I still think Giorgi's the best Italian player out there. I still think she has a lot of game left. With a little bit of tweaking, and if you guys watch boxing, Timothy Bradley Jr., when he hired what's the guy's name that used to coach Mike Tyson? I'm having a brain freeze. The guy that does all the commentary, Teddy Atlas. When he hired Teddy Atlas, he said, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe there's so much about the game I never knew." Right? So he made improvements and he became better, but he struggled with his old habits and he just retired. And I felt he retired way too young. But nonetheless, the same with Giorgi. If she goes out and gets a different coach, trainer, I think she can make improvements, but she's been playing so long that way. I think it's going to be tough to ultimately change. And right now, Belinda Bencic is in cruise control. Another easy lock. Good energy, guys. Stay tuned.